Hey, yo, what's going on? But once again, bros, women, bronies, and pegasisters, the one, the only, of course, Mr. Nintendo Sony Free 2011, aka Criticism Guide 2009, of course, Nintendo Anime 360, and the rest, so you already know what it is. Check out freedomnetwork.com for any people who want fresh handle banner design and or a picture for you. I'll put their link in the description box below to YouTube, and of course, their official website, Trouble No Shoes as well. Google them if you want to. Best partnership ever. All the good stuff, and without further ado, let's begin and get right into it. So, I know I haven't done a top 5 or top 10 or anything in a super long time. I don't even remember the last time I did it. Honestly, October last year's last one I did. It's been almost since April. Might be April right now, wherever you're living at in the world right now. Because it's like 8:30 right now as I'm doing this, and this time thing, I still gotta do one more of the video after this, and I'm done for today, which is awesome as hell. That's gonna be about the whole little Pokemon mini special thing. This might come out first, or that one might get uploaded first. I don't know. Depends on the time differentiations I'm going to be uploading in a certain current states or whatever, if I'm not working, whatever. If I am working, and it's probably not going to be up for a while. But anyways, speaking of which, I actually put a bonus one here. I'm going to put it at the end of the video, but these are the top 5 most underrated, most unappreciated, in my own personal opinion, Pokemon games ever to come out. So anyways, without further ado, let's get into it. And yeah, pretty much let's go. So number 5, as you see on the list right here, it's Pokemon Conquest. And the only thing... Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. I'll probably have to re-edit that out. Anyways, as I was saying before, Pokemon Conquest. The only thing that I actually heard about this that has a lot to do with kingdoms, instead of having like gym badges and all the other typical main stuff, and I haven't had that fell on me in a while. It's been 3 months, I think. It's the last time it happened. Anyways, speaking of which... yeah, let's get into it again. Pokemon Conquest had like 16 different kingdoms. It doesn't have your typical gym leader badges or Elite Four or champion. Instead, I think it has something to do, I don't know, with a personal main character that you have to like follow and all that stuff. And it has something to do with Lugia and Mewtwo. It didn't get really big over here in the US, but I think in Japan it got a lot more huger out there. There wasn't very much hype for it out here. In my own personal opinion, I didn't really like it too much. And it kind of didn't really like intrigued my interest, if you will, if you want to put it in layman's terms, I guess. It wasn't really cool with me. Yeah, what else? I mean, this has a lot of stuff to do with little medieval ancient times. I guess it's around the Great Pokemon War when it happened, I guess. You want to put in those type of terminology standpoints. But, excluding that fact, I think in my own opinion, I guess it didn't get a lot of love it deserved. I guess it was okay. I love the art concept that they did. It was still created by Game Freak. I looked on the wiki. I actually looked on the wiki on all 7 of these games before I did them. Even though this is a top 5, but I did put 2 as like ones I couldn't really put as 6 of them. So yeah, I might have to do a second part of this just in case. Letting you guys know, just putting it out there. Another thing that was really weird about this game, and it didn't really catch my interest too much. Unfortunately, it was still underrated, in my opinion. And if you guys out there probably actually enjoyed this game. I'm not going to blame you or bash you for that. That's what you want to do. Whatever you want to do with your life, go ahead and go right the hell for it. Whether it's good or bad, I don't care. It's cool. And as long as you respect me, I respect yourself, it's all good. We're cool with each other. I haven't said that in 4 years. So long. My God. Time flies fast, you know, it really does. Yes, I'm still wearing the same LA hat from before. It's all good. I still got neat love for New York, you know that. Has nothing to do with this video at all. But speaking of which, yeah, this was a really, really weird game. But it had a lot of traveling things. It had a really beautiful orchestrated music that Game Freak and I think HAL Laboratories might have made. This is weird because last time video game they make was the one I'm going to save for number 1, which I'm not going to spoil it right now. You can just fast forward if you want, or click the annotations if you want to. And that's what's number 5 in this list. And coming in at number 4, it's actually a tie between Pokemon Tros and Dash. And the thing with Pokemon Tros, let's start with that first. I really, really like this game. I actually even have it when they were doing a whole free download. Not Tros, but the other one later on, what they did, Pokemon something. I completely forgot. Something Deluxe. I don't know. Not Triple Deluxe, but I think it was Puzzle Deluxe. I completely forgot the title of the game. But yeah, I always play it every time on the little 3DS whenever I get time, or I need like seconds on my day off or whatever, or like an hour or two when I'm off at work. I'll pull out 3DS and start playing it, like not around the workers because they're all grown dudes, and not really cool if you see a grown dude like me playing a 3DS out there IRL, unless you're at a convention or something or GameStop. It's totally fine, you know. But yeah, not in certain place, spots and situations like that. I rarely ever do it. But yeah. Anyways, speaking of which, what did I want to talk about there? Yeah, with Tros, I guess it was the typical stereotype thing of like, not really Tetris, but sort of like along the lines with Tetris. I don't want to put it in that same category, but I'm gonna kind of have to switch it up a little bit there. But yeah, you had to mix and match all the same Pokemon all together. Actually, not mix and match. You had to put them all in the same identical Pokemon faces. I think you still fought bosses, and the legendary Pokemon were obviously the bosses. You didn't fight no trainers or anything. There was only one person that you were as a trainer. I think his name was Professor P. That was the one you were collecting for all the Pokemon for. So it was completely out of all the 6 regions that we know about today. And this was when Generation, I think, 3 and 4 were still relevant. And then 1 and 2 were kind of like kicked to the curb, unfortunately, a little bit. But 5 and 6 didn't have no existences. I specifically remember how halfway the hype was. It wasn't super huge, but it was halfway. Plus, this was around the time the N1 was barely coming out, because a lot of people didn't even do stuff about Nintendo and all that stuff. They were still doing either PMVs on YouTube, or actually not PMVs, animes, AMVs on YouTube, or YouTube poops at that time. Very, very small YouTube success at that time. I didn't even do videos at all yet until 2008, I think, a couple years later. At the time for its prior meaning. Anyways, not very much else to say about this game except you just, put the same pieces together over and over and over again. It's very repetitive too, but that's why it was an underrated Pokemon game. And this is outside the main series, so keep that in mind as well. So, with Dash, oh my god, I'm not going to get what's in with Dash. All I'm going to say is you should just watch this one dude. A lot of people already know him already. Jay Witts or whatever. I remember he did like a video, I think it was back late December or earlier this year in January, when he was talking about how bad the graphics were and how insanely awful and disgusting they were. It was really, really bad and very sad time for pinnacle rated Pokemon. This is when like the DS Lite was really, really big at that time. I think it was 2006 when this thing was released. That's why the graphics were extremely crap and garbage. Unfortunately, as bad as I don't want to say about a Pokemon game, but this is a spin-off after all, so not all the spin-off Pokemon games are always going to be the best of the best intellectual graphics. So I could cut a little bit of slack, but not too much. I never actually played it myself, and none of my friends even had it either. That's how bad it was, and we didn't like it at all because of the commercials we were watching back then for it. It was not good. It was kind of a slap in the face to a lot of Pokemon fans. It's like a freaking 6 or 7-year-old actually made it on their own on their little crappy like computer or whatever. It's really, really sad. I really don't want to talk about a Pokemon game like that, but this one did not do good at all. I'm sorry. It just didn't. I think it was some company in France that made it too. It was officially HQ, I guess, Nintendo of Europe. So they had a little bit of a hand in this development of this game, if you want to call it that. But yeah, that's those are both number 4 on the list. 3, 2, and 1. Actually, I should have put this number 3 right here. Yeah. Actually, no. Yeah, I'll put that number 3. Pokemon Puzzle League. I should have put this number 2, but it wasn't the most underrated games. It was between of the. It was extremely hyped up at the time, but the hype kind of died down a little bit. This was, once again, might add, just before the age of the internet started getting a lot more bigger, because at that time people were either using it for mail or, let's be honest, for pornography or whatever. But yeah, that's what they used for the late 90s, early 2000s at that time. This is way before, vloggings and YouTube and Skype and Instagram, Tumblr, all this stuff existed with making vlogs and having communication with people, Twitch and all that, and LPs. Way before all that. So you got to keep that and consider in mind. This is when the N64 was huge at its time. Nintendo was literally on top of the world. And Xbox did not exist at all yet until a little bit, 3-4 years, I think it was 2002 or 3. So other than that, it was really, really awesome. Yeah, I actually played this like a couple times. I didn't get to mess around with it a lot. I had to play this at my cousin's house once again. Greatest person I ever loved in the world. Not like that, because it's disgusting if it was. If you're thinking about that, get your head out of the damn gutter. But anyways, yeah, she was really cool. And she was a little older than me too, so she had a little bit more knowledge and stuff than I did. That's how I always respected my elders like that. Other than that, excluding all that aside, not really much to say about it, except once again it kind of goes with Tros a little bit. It's a puzzle league game where you have a lot of fun and all that. And a lot of the characters' names are really weird, even though they're still the same. You still have the Elite Four, you still have all the gym leaders, and then you fight the Elite Four in a puzzle league, and then Champion Lance. And then Ash wasn't even on the list, even though he was on the front cover of the game cartridge. He still wasn't there. So it was a little bit of false advertisement, unfortunately. This was actually from a different company besides Pokemon Company. It might have been from like Konami or Capcom. I doubt it was Capcom had a hand in this, but if they did, well played. It was still damn good. Music was super, super nostalgic. I'm not gonna lie. I gotta give credit with that. That one got way underrated. I really wish there would have been a lot more people that got into it, but sadly, this one felt like kind of got swept under the rug and didn't get the shine and attention that it deserved. Let's just put it in those terms right there. So that's number 3 on the list. I keep saying 2. This one got super underrated. Number 2 on the list, Pokemon trading card game. We're going from like newest to oldest in a way if you look at it. This is one literally the Pokemon TCG thing was at its height when Wizards of the Coast was taking over complete top of the world until I guess about 2002, early 2003. I don't know if they either ran out of business or they completely closed their stuff forever or they just stopped doing Pokemon trading cards in general, unfortunately. Nowadays, those cards, I mean, just a small single pack is about $30-40 on eBay. That's super pricey, but, you know, we're talking in the late 90s, early 2000s here was Pokemon was on the top and the pinnacle of success when this thing was extremely overhyped. When it wasn't a good way. You know, I was one of those sea of 90s kids that just embraced the whole Pokemon culture in general. As crazy as hell as it was. And I'm guilty of that. Guilty as freaking charged. But I really, really loved it, you know. But excluding all that aside, it really does kind of suck ass this one got swept under the rug. Because I played this about, I think, twice, and that was it. I rented it from Blockbuster at that time. This was when Blockbuster was still taking over the world, too, until about 2-3 years ago. It was 2013 or last year. They ended up completely running out of business because, you know, couldn't keep up with eBay and stuff. I think the only relevance they even have nowadays is being the thing DirecTV app. That's it. They lowered their standards that low. It's sad to see them go. But other than that, I'm not talking about Blockbuster right now. This is my top 5 right now. This is number 2 on the list because it didn't have a lot of stuff for it. It did have a secret card. I never got it since, you know, it was a rental thing. I never knew what the card was. Maybe if people are in their early mid-20s like I am, maybe you guys knew what it was, or even 30, 35 something years old. Not like I am yet. That's in a few more years, but it's coming around the corner very fast. Crazy as hell as life is. That's how life goes. If you guys can let me know what card that was, if you were around during that age, if you were a kid at that time, I would be so happy to find out. Or I'll just Google it on my own. You can just let me know as a PM or Google or Tumblr or Twitter or Facebook. I got all the links in the description down below. I never put them on here. I would overflood the crap out of you guys with annotations. I did that. And I don't want to annoy you people with that either. I really don't. I'm trying to respect you as much as I can. And yeah, that's pretty much it. It had a lot of energies. It had a lot of different places you went to. I think there was 8 little islands you had to go to. There was no champion, I don't think, in this one. It was just your rival as a champion. I guess that was it. You want to consider Gary or Blue, Red, Green, whatever you want to call him, as the victor or the champion of this game, so if you will, or rivals as they call it in layman's terms, or in quotation marks. And yeah, number 1, I'm going to get to the bonus in a second, but Pokemon Snap. And this is what I was talking about. This thing, I never got to play at all day in my life, sadly. I did play it for demos, and that was it. I never got to play it all. I mean, my cousin, unfortunately, didn't get to own this either, because I think she had it before, but then unfortunately got stolen by some a-hole, well, whoever it was out there. Hope he's freaking dead. I hate the hell out of whatever bastard it was out there. But unfortunately, yeah, that's what happened, so I never got a chance to play it there. I did play it a couple of times. I wasn't really crazy about it. I just did it just to pass time, kill time, because, you know, didn't have any work at that time either. But excluding all that aside, yeah, this was a real awesome game. I had Todd and Professor Oak. And I remember they had that whole parody. I remember last year I actually did like a reaction review to it when they said like 2 bronies react. Actually, no, 2 best friends react to Pokemon Snap. I think it was the Game Grumps. I know they're really good. I think it got 3 million subs already. I really don't care too much for them. They do all this yelling, scream like, ah, ah, ah. That annoys the freaking crap out of me. Excuse me, I'm trying to keep it PG. It annoys the bastardization out of me. And just, ugh. I hate people like that. They're just stupid as hell. I'm trying not to be negative. It's more my criticism at you. If you want to check me out, there are my true colors. Whenever I get pissed the hell off, I usually do it on that channel, not here. I try to keep it more family friendly here now. But anyways, before I lose my gasket here, yeah, other than that, it's just a real awesome game. It just sucks that it didn't get a lot of the credibility it deserved, even though a lot of people overhyped it at that time. A lot of my friends at school used to talk about this back in 4th, 5th grade, way back in the day. I don't know if there was a free Pokemon card with it, because a lot of my friends had N64 and only 3 or 4 of them had a PS1 like I did at that time. And I really wasn't up to date on N64, so I only knew about the SNES before I got GameCube. This was when PS2 and GameCube and the Xbox became super relevant during its generational console time period. So yeah, there's that. Oh, and the last thing I really loved about this game is a little dash teleportation machine, and you could get Mew only one time with the shot. That was really awesome. I loved the hell of it. Music, super nostalgic. Why not? And I think IGN was like they rated it 7.8 out of 10 because I did read a lot of the wikias and the researching when I was researching all these top 5 games. So real nice stuff. Nice stuff. And the bonus one, this one was near and dear to my freaking heart. Pokemon Puzzle League Challenge. And I had a funny story. This wasn't the same cousin I used to play with. This is a different cousin I played with at their house back in those days. Because he actually had a Game Boy Color, but he had like the see-through. If any of you guys were 90s kids, you know which one I'm talking about. The see-through blue one. If you're a 2000s kid and up, you probably don't know what I'm talking about. You're probably just going to have to Google it somewhere. Or I'll just put a link to how it looked in the description below for the picture. It was a see-through blue version. I still have mine in here. I'm not going to open it because that's crap ton of junk in there. I really don't want to show you. Some of it's private too, so it's not opening. Not in this video. Let me get my drink on. What I really, really loved about it is that, my God, the music at the end and the thing when it used to go oh God, I was in heaven. I cried like a freaking bee every time. Seriously, it was just heaven to my ears. Freaking heaven is a freaking place on earth. Even though I did mid late 80s reference music song in there, but still, it was awesome. It was just so unbelievably like heavenly, celestialness. You know, not My Little Pony Celestial, but differentness. It was music to my ears. Philadelphia cream cheese to my ears. But anyways, yeah, it had a lot of the same like orientation type of thing like the original one for N64 did. I actually saw in the Wikia research when I was doing my research to these games before I did this video. That was supposed to be released on the exact same year Gold and Silver came out, but they did it a year later in 2001 because that hype, they didn't want that train starting. And then, of course, the year after in 02, Crystal was out. And then, of course, the year after and so on and so forth. 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th gen up to now. They kept releasing years and years and years in advance later on. So, yeah. The bully, the rival guy, whatever, red or silver, what you can call him, he was still in there. But they called another dude, the one that was your main character that you played as a protagonist, then they called him Pananam or Punam. I don't know, it started with a P. I think it was Panam or something like the Hunger Games or whatever, something like that. Not Panam, no, that's a whole other franchise already. Not going to get into that because I already did a lot of movie reviews on my Christmas guy on that before I quit them. Other than that, one other thing I really wanted to say about that game, I love the intensity of music when you start and go up. When it used to go down 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 down. If any people remember that little theme, that was super amazing, man. And they had their own little style too. And they used to show the Pokemon do attacks and all that. That was a new feature that they didn't show in the Puzzle League one for the N64. I remember it so well. I still remember it like yesterday. And it's been about almost 16 years already since I played it. Maybe 15, I don't even know. Time is a beast sometimes. It really is, ladies and gents, or kids, boys and girls, whoever's watching this video. And with that said, and that's pretty much it. This is my top 5, really top 6 if you want to have the bonus 1 or 7 with the 2 I had to put in between. Right there, of most underrated Pokemon games. And like I do say, people, sorry about the thing falling down. Hopefully I can edit that out. Hoping that it works. Peace out once again, bros, women, bronies, pegasisters. I will see you when I see you guys. Have a good day, have a good night, wherever around the world. Don't drink, smoke weed at the same time. Don't drink too reckless. Keep it calm, keep it cool, keep it chill, keep it collective out there. And until then, that's guys. Peace out, ladies. Goodbye. Stay tuned. More videos coming soon. Brand new videos on this channel almost every single day. And with that said, you guys take it easy. Be easy. Do you. Be you. Be yourself. All that good stuff. Take care and stay healthy. All that good stuff. I'm out like sauerkraut. See you guys around and look out for more future content on this channel. Late, I'm out of here and talk to you guys soon.